Anime, anime, anime TV chat. Hello and welcome to Anime TV. I'm your host, London Buses, and today I'm going to be talking about all the wonderful things that Santa Claus brought me for Christmas. Now, because of everything I picked up during the December sales, there aren't actually going to be any anime Blu-rays in this video, but everything I'm going to show you is anime related, so please stick with me for the meantime. The first thing I got was a long sleeve t-shirt of the TV show D'Artagnan and the Three Muskehounds. D'Artagnan and the Three Muskehounds was a cartoon I watched as a child that I absolutely loved, and it was one of the first secret anime that ever came to the UK. It's a secret anime in the sense that it pretended to be made in Europe. It was produced by a Spanish company who hired Japanese animators to produce the anime of a French novel, and then they released it in England. So it's a bit all over the place, really. The show itself is basically a retelling of the Three Musketeers, but they've replaced all the characters with cartoon dogs, and it was absolutely brilliant. My favourite scene happens in the first or second episode where D'Artagnan's showing off his skills. He picks up an apple with a sword, throws the apple in the air, splashes his sword around crazy, then catches the apple on the end of his sword, and then blows on it, and it flows away like flower petals. And that scene stayed with me for X amount of years, and I'm probably never going to forget it. So I'm really glad to get a D'Artagnan long sleeve t-shirt that I can wear out in the open. Next up is the manga of I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I know I Want to Eat Your Pancreas has been made as an anime, and I think it was a relatively successful anime, possibly a movie. In fact, yeah, I think it got released in the cinemas in the UK, so it was pretty big in that sense. It's not one I actually know much about myself, though. I've read the back of the book, and I think it says something about two high school kids, and one of them's got a disease of the pancreas, and maybe they form a bond over it. Yeah, again, not really the greatest synopsis in the world, as I haven't seen it or read it, so I imagine someone watching this video may have a better idea of what happens than me, and they can message in and say, "Oi, none of that happens, what are you talking about?" But yeah, I'm really glad to have that manga. I'm on a bit of a manga run at the moment, so it's a nice one to add to my collection. Next up is another manga, Tropic of the Sea by Satoshi Kon. I'm not going to go into how much I love the work of Satoshi Kon, because I'm pretty sure I covered that in my last video, so we're not going to go into that. And I think this is technically the last work of Satoshi Kon that I haven't seen, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. From reading the back of the book, because obviously I haven't read it, it's the story of a family in Japan who live possibly by the coast, and every 60 years they pick a mermaid egg up off the beach and look after it for a while until it's ready to hatch. Then they return it to the sea, and in exchange the sea world gives good harvest and good luck to the family for the future. But this generation is a little bit different than the past, and one of the dads decides, I wonder if I can monetize this egg and bring it into a local attraction, invite people around to come and take photos of it. And it's sort of a discovery into that and how that's going to affect the family and their fortune in the future. I think it's written quite as an environmental book, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but as it's Satoshi Kon, I'm pretty sure I'll probably really like it. So yeah, Tropic of the Sea. Next up is another manga. I think you're going to hear that a lot throughout the rest of this video. And that is Ghost in the Shell Fully Compiled, which is an absolute beast of a book. I don't know if it's going to have a page count. It's somewhere around 800 pages, and it includes the 3 stories from the Ghost in the Shell manga. So if they've got other names are on the back. You've got Ghost in the Shell, the original manga, Ghost in the Shell 1.5 Human Error Processor, and Ghost in the Shell 2 Man-Machine Interface. I'm sure we all probably know what Ghost in the Shell is about, but basically it's a crime team set in the future, and cybernetic enhancements are a lot more popular. I think the main character, the Major, has essentially her whole body is robotic now, and the only thing left of her is her memories planted into a cybernetic brain, I think. Yeah, basically they're stopping, as cybernetics improve, so does crime. They learn along the way too. So they're trying to stop the new advancements of crime and all the things that are happening in the world. I really wanted to read this because I quite like the work of Shiro Masamune. And I just thought it'd be a really nice manga for my collection, especially considering it's the 3 books. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into that one as well. To go alongside that, I also given Ghost in the Shell by Arrow Books, written by Andrew Osmond, which is essentially just a little, it's not that big, an article about Ghost in the Shell, the franchise, covering the manga, the original movie, the subsequent TV series, and then the live action movie that wasn't very successful. So it's going to be interesting to hear what they've got to say about all the things that were involved in the Ghost in the Shell going that far. Next up is a manga, unsurprisingly. Bit of a heavier manga though. The next one is Bakuman, the complete series box set. The box set has all 20 volumes of the series in it, and it follows 2 high school kids, that one and that one, as they enter the world of manga and try and become world famous manga artists. It is written and drawn by the 2 people that created Death Note, so instantly everyone's interested in what it's all going to be about, and for that reason I'm interested in checking it out too. I've read the first volume so far and I am quite enjoying it, so it'll be interesting to see as the series goes on what I make of it all. And the set's got a really striking cover, a nice little carry handle, a little bit more artwork on the back, and we peel off the Velcro and look inside. Ooh. We look inside. 20 volumes, missing number 2 because I'm currently reading it. And then a nice poster, which I'm not going to read because it might be spoilers. There's lots of stuff there. And a comic, which I assume they possibly make it during the series, but I could be wrong. Okay. Lastly is another manga. This time it is Claymore, the complete box set. Now, this is heavy. This includes all 27 volumes and a nice illustration book, which I cannot show any pictures of on YouTube because it's a little bit too graphic, we will say. I have actually watched the anime of Claymore. I think it covers about a third of the overall story, and it's got an ending they made up for the anime, so it's not actually an accurate ending. I really, really like the show. That's one of the reasons, between Berserk and Claymore, that's what kind of got me into like high fantasy. It's not something I've always really steered away from. I really hate fantasy, but those two are like, okay, I like series with swords now. And basically the premise is there's a group of blonde-haired women called the Claymore, which are specially trained to fight against monsters, possibly called the Yoma, but maybe not. And yeah, basically it just sort of follows the battle to try and stop the Yoma and all the secrets behind it all. And like I say, I really, really like the anime. So although I know about a third of the story, I really want to know what happens in the rest. It's just a real show where you just want more and more of it. The artwork on this set is really nice, and it's got a little handle for carrying, and it's got a Velcro seal on the inside. You get a little bit more artwork, all of the volumes, and the Claymore Illustrations book. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know of what you thought, or what you think of all the things I picked up over Christmas, and feel free to tell me what you would like me to buy manga-wise in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a nice Christmas. P.S. Don't forget to support this small channel by subscribing and watching some of our other videos.